Hey, my name's Jackson, and I'll be showing you my lower body power building workout. I start off with hamstring curls just because, like, my knees are cranky on squats sometimes, not all the times, but after running, they're not the best sometimes. So, I do start with hamstring curls because it does make my knees feel better, and you know, I don't know, I don't really care for lying down. I probably would use a seated leg curl at my gym if I had one, which if you notice I'm not in the gym, I'm at my home right now. But that's because when I'm at my dad's house and I work out, which is only really one day because I'm here on the weekends. I work out at home because I go to the gym at my mom's house, but I don't go to the gym at my dad's house, and I'm just using a seated leg curl here, or not a seated, a lying leg curl, and I switch angles here because I just didn't like the angle of the first one, so I just feel like I can see my hamstrings better on this one. But I do have a seated leg curl at my gym, but it's really weird, and it like moves the whole seat when you like do the movement, and it feels like you're just gonna fall out of it, and I really don't like it. And they don't have one that just keeps you completely still, so I just do lying. And you'll see that I reposition myself on here is because it digs into my knees and my quads so bad. Just like the hamstring curls and the leg extensions that are built into a bench, they just dig into my legs so bad. And they don't really feel as great. I do like the machine hamstring curl, the one that's just designed directly for it, a lot better. But I mean, I don't really care for lying down or seating. It doesn't make a difference for me. It doesn't make me feel any different. Um, yeah, but it does make my knees feel a little better. I mean, it doesn't like dig into my quads like when I lay down. Like, it kind of hurts on the pad, but like it's just that's just while I'm curling. I mean, it goes away right after. It's just I've just got to reposition myself to get comfortable. I do pull up my shorts because I'm not trying to get it stuck in the pad right there. I did mute out all the sounds so you don't have to hear me dropping the weight when I do, because when I was deadlifting it was loud, and then I do obviously like kind of grunt when I'm hitting failure and stuff. And also, I don't know, I don't really like hamstring curls. They're kind of boring. Like, I mean, it feels good when you're using a machine, but like for a long time, I just worked out at home. I just fell back in my chair. But I don't know. I just don't really like hamstring curls. Putting them to start the workout, I mean, I just kind of get rid of them. Right here, I do kind of hit failure. I can't really get the pad all the way up, so I just start doing lengthened partials. Once I got that one, but yeah, right here I don't get the full rep, so I just kind of go at it. Sometimes I forget to do them sometimes, but like I know it's kind of like science based or whatever, but like I mean it's a way to hit failure past failure. One thing that I really do like is when you're going to the gym with someone and you can like say the leg press. I was with my friend and he was doing the leg press and he failed. He literally like his legs dropped and just let it on his chest, and then I like gave him the tiniest bit of push, and he could like you can push past failure with someone else at the gym. I think that's cool. You can do that on some machines. You can give them a little boost. I did warm up with 45. I did warm up. I mean, I warmed up with the bar before the set of 95. But if I'm gonna be real, my form was so bad. Like, it was actually terrible, horrendous, like awful. And I mean, here it's not. I mean, it's not like, amazing. But before, I was kind of just messing around on the 45-pound bar. So I did record it, but I just decided to cut it out, and then I'm working my way up to three sets of three, a 3x3 for 185, and I usually sometimes I'll do 60 pounds. I probably should have warmed up another set with 60 pounds because a lot of people say I warm up too much, but like it really helps my strength. Like today, it was only until like the first set of 185 felt so rough, and I don't know, like 135 felt all right. On the last one, I did go like super deep, like ass to grass on it, and I made it out of the hole. But like, I don't know why I wiggled my tongue there. I do take off my shirt here just because it was actually so hot in my garage. It was actually really cool outside. I put on my shirt after the squats because I just opened the garage door. I didn't even realize it was that cool outside, but it was windy. And once I opened the garage door, it was so much better. And I did just put my shirt back on because sometimes it is uncomfortable with the weight belt rubbing against you because when I brace and I use the weight belt, it sometimes hurts. But here, I think my technique has been getting a lot better on these heavy squats. And this first set of 185 was pretty rough. Like, it did not feel as good as last week's did. And I think that's just because I didn't do my 60-pound set. Like, last week I did 45 pounds, 65 pounds, 95, 135, and then I went into it. If I would have included this workout, I think I would have definitely performed better. The second set was a lot better than the first one. It does slow down at the very top, but if I'm being so real, it felt so much better because I was just like, I was actually, just getting used to it. And then the last set, I do go for a fourth rep instead of a third, just because I really feel like it. And sometimes when I'm doing my powerlifting thing, there's some days where it's like, it's when you do like, I do 5x5s, 3x3s, and then I do like a heavy single, but then I back off it and do like a triple. But some days it's like I cannot do another rep, like I'm gassed. Like, but there's some days where it's like I up the weight. Like right here, I really just felt like I didn't want to leave any rest in reserve. I was just like, you know what, I don't care, let us go. And it did kind of fall back on my right side just a little bit. I still got it up. It was a little grindy rep though, but I got one more. And right here I do deadlifts, and I had to charge my phone, so I had to set it in a different position. I eventually unplugged it, but right here I did also I filmed I warmed up with 45 pounds, but I just cut it out because like I don't know. Oh, my stance was weird. I wasn't close enough. Like, I do conventional, I don't do sumo. I don't think sumo is cheating, but I do think it's easier. And for me, you've got to get really into it, and I don't know, it just, like, conventional's definitely probably, like, more well-respected. And also, like, I don't think I learned about sumo deadlift. Like, I'd already been deadlifting conventional for a long time. I deadlift with the trap bar a lot. I just deadlift with like a straight bar now, but I used to deadlift with a hex bar a lot when I would go to the gym. I don't do that anymore because it is a lot easier. My hair's looking butt right now. Yeah, but I went from 135 and I recorded my 95 pound set. I just took it out because I was a little outside. Like, when you stand conventional, you're kind of shoulder width and you're just kind of squared. But I was a little bit out, so my legs were like that and they were spread, and it wasn't the fondest on my legs. And I fixed it though. I mean, I put it back in. I put my legs, back in. But the first one I did 135. Right here I'm doing 185, and I do re-chalk my hands, or just chalk my hands because I didn't chalk them before. And then, I'm trying to look. I can't tell if I'm using like a mixed grip here. Yeah, I think when I did 185, I did do them. the grip like this, where one's supinated and one's pronated. And then right here, I pull 205, and I thought I pulled it for 3, but I just pulled it for 2, because I guess I saved my energy for it. Yeah, I just pulled 205 for 2, because this is my 3x3 week. This is my last session of my 3x3 week. And then next week I'll do the top set back off one, where I'm doing like my own little version of 5-3-1, but like I do 5 sets of 5 in week 1, 3 sets of 3 in week 2, and then I do the single back off thing. So like once I do that heavy single, I back off and do it for a triple. I'm only gonna do it for 2 sets. I'm not gonna do any more than that. And right here, this is I always take my time warming up for deadlifts, always, because if I skip one of the warm up sets, oh my lord, it's so detrimental to my strength. Like I can't even pull it off the ground once. Yeah, I do change my camera angle here, so you can see it. I do have 1 cast iron plate and 1 bumper plate on. All of my weights are cast iron, except I have 2 45 plates that are bumper, and then 2 10-pound plates that are bumper plates. And then, yeah, my stance was a little bit wide. Sometimes I just take a hair out of, side to shoulder width, and I do go a little bit too wide. And the problem with that is when I go a little too wide, my knees tend to kind of come in a little bit. And then right here, I do accidentally, or not accidentally, but when I put the bar down, it does hit the bar, or it does hit the floor, and my phone does knock to a different position, but you can still see me, and it's fine. I do reset my phone here. This is my last set for the deadlift, and yeah, I don't know what I was doing here. I gotta watch. I think I did re-chalk my hands again, actually, during one of my sets of 225. I was really happy with this set, because the first 2 reps, like, I was approaching failure. Like, the first 2 reps, I think I pulled the slack out of the bar really good, and then I kept my back arched. Like, I kept my hinge position. It didn't round. Now, the last rep, that did round. The last rep was grindy. Oh, my lord. That last rep, my back was like... I was really surprised, because the whole time through my working sets of 225, my back was in an arch, and I had my hinge position. The last one, I think that was probably failure. I may have had another one, but I'm not sure. I mean, that really felt like an RPE of 10, because, like, my legs were done after that, and my low back was alright. And then here I forgot that I didn't stop my phone, and I just put this in. I thought it was funny. I didn't even realize I was recording, and then I just, like, looked at my phone weird. I don't know why I did that. But, yeah, I was just, like, taking off the clip, and I was trying to put everything back. And now I jump into here, and I do calf raises. I really don't like doing these at home, because when you have the machine and it sits on your shoulders and you're, like, locked in, you don't really lose balance. But when I would hold dumbbells, I would kind of lose my balance standing on a bumper plate. And I'd always have to, like, reposition myself, and it was very annoying. And then after the set, I do actually switch back into my Crocs, because doing these in socks was not the move. And you can see that's the bench behind me. I didn't move that out of the way for my squats. That is usually under, like, this a squat rack. You can shift it and do a bench. Like, you can unscrew these little things and put the thing down, the thing that holds the bar. Yeah, I put that down, and then I moved it up. It was already on the bench thing, and I just moved it up. You can shift into a squat rack. It's pretty cool. I just moved the bench out of the way so I could dump the weight in case I needed to. Yeah, I changed back into Crocs for this. I don't remember. I walked away for a second. I don't remember what I was doing, but yeah, Crocs is definitely better. I'll say I had these pair of deadlifting shoes that were like flat. I don't really use them anymore. I kind of just do it in socks. But I had them. You know, my lord, I would wear them on leg day. And they were the worst thing to do calf raises on, because when you would go on it, it would like smush the shoe, and it would like bend in, so it would like poke at your foot when you were doing it. It was so annoying. Yeah, I mean, I don't have that good of calves. Like, I don't have the greatest set of calves. My calves have grown. Like, I mean, it's not much growth, and like, it's not crazy. Like, compared to I started lifting about 9 months ago, and like compared to my quads, my legs were probably what improved the most. Just drop something off the desk. But my calves have grown. I mean, it's not like the fastest thing ever, but my calves definitely grew. And like, I do train calves because like, dude, they're so important. I don't understand why people don't do them. Like, I understand they're stubborn to do, but like, if you just do like standing calf raises, which for me in experience have grown my calves, and I mean, I'm not trying to be the science guy, but like, I was seeing like Jeff Nippert and stuff quote the studies that standing calf raises do grow your calves a lot more than seated calf raises, which I did seated calf raises for a little bit, but I've always done standing calf raises, and I mean, they worked for me at least. Like, for me, they grew my calves. Like, my calves now, like, they're not amazing, but they've definitely grown, like, a good amount since I started lifting. And you'll see it'll look like my right calf is bigger, which, I mean, it kind of is. Like, it's slightly, but really, what it looks like right here is my leg is turned like that, so you can't see that inside head of my gastroc, the gastrocnemius, that part of your calf. You can't see that little, the end, like the inner head on my left side, so it makes my right calf look a lot bigger. So, I mean, I really just do think it's the lighting, and I'm losing my balance here, and I don't like doing them when it's not the little machine that weighs on your shoulders. And then I do the little, like, Tom Flats thing, where you kind of just hold the calf raise for a little bit. Yeah, again, I'm doing it on a bumper plate, so I was holding it, but like, you know, I was kind of having to move around to make sure I didn't touch the floor and like lose it. And oh my lord, these burn your calves, man. I mean, I've grown my calves. Like, I've heard a bunch of people who like don't train them, but like, if they're hard to grow, like, even if they're hard to grow, like, they're gonna grow a little bit, but like, the people who don't train calves, bro, you can tell, like, it's bad. I mean, I do, cause like, besides the quads, like, I think the quads are probably the most important, but like, dude, your calves, like, you could have the biggest hamstrings, quads, and glutes, but if you've got tiny little chicken legs for calves, dude, it's gonna be like, you're gonna look like a drumstick, dude. Your legs are gonna look like drumsticks. They're gonna be all meaty on top and then just skinny at the bottom. I mean, I just do, cause like, I've got pretty skinny legs. Like, my calves are not that good, but like, they've definitely grown. I mean, I don't know, but yeah, they've definitely grown, and I just do them because I think they're important. Like, it's a muscle. Just train it. I train every muscle in my body that I know of, or like, I don't skip anything just because like, I don't like skip glutes because it's gay, or I don't skip calves because it doesn't work, or I don't skip like shrugs because it'll make you look unaesthetic or whatever. So like some people don't like forearms. Like my dad especially, I told him about forearms, and he was just like, "No, don't. You shouldn't do calf raises, and you shouldn't do forearms." And he was just talking about that. And I was just like, "Well, why?" He was just like, "Just trust me. Just trust me." I don't know. It's weird. Um, but yeah, I'm done commentating now, and I do like I run I'll explain my 3 week thing, and then I'll shift to the thank you after thing. But thank you if you made it all the way through. But what I do is I really forgot how the 5-3-1 exactly works, but I took like the rep ranges and stuff. I watched this guy named Panna. He's a power lifter. He's amazing content. You should go check him out. But my first week, I do 5 sets of 5 for squat, bench, and deadlift. This is like all for squat, bench, and deadlift. And then for the second week, I do 3 sets of 3. And then the third week, I do a heavy single, but then I back off it. And then do it like a triple. I don't go as heavy as like what I do on a 3x3 because I just did a single, but I still try and get that extra volume in, while practicing for heavy singles, and while practicing for heavy singles and just practicing for that weight. Very important. I mean, strength is a skill. You should definitely practice your heavy singles. It's very important. And I'll say thank you for making it through this video, and have a good night. This will send to the